One of the most powerful themes on The Sopranos is that of duality, darkness and light, yin-yang. One symbol of darkness and light are the colors black and white. Let's go through some examples of the colors black and white on The Sopranos and how it symbolizes duality. We'll start with the most obvious one right here that we can see for ourselves. Denial, anger, acceptance. In denial, anger, acceptance, Meadow and her friend Hunter Scangarello ask Christopher to get them crystal meth.
I want a cop.
So that they can stay on top of their studies and their extracurriculars and study for the SAT. They have a concert coming up and it's apparently the same week as the SATs, so whoa.
Start sleeping then, study time's over.
Christopher actually faces retribution for what he thinks is Tony's knowledge of him selling meth to his daughter, but it's actually the little talking to prescribed by Livia Soprano due to the Comley trucking hijackings. We go back and forth in a Godfather-like style between Meadow and Hunter singing at their school concert, and Christopher getting a mock execution as a warning to stop messing with Junior Soprano's stuff. This back and forth here really highlights these dual opposing forces, darkness and light. Next up, Boca.
Dante! $100 for a goal! That tackle was on ball, asshole!
Sil freaks out and he walks onto the field and says, "Yeah, zebra, I'm talking to you." A zebra's stripes can represent the duality of life, along with that balance between light and dark. In my opinion, when I think of the episode as a whole, I think of mostly the light side. But then, if we look a little bit deeper into the soccer game and everything else behind it, Coach Hauser, Allie, there's a lot of darkness too. I know personally from having played soccer growing up that when it comes to soccer games, parents can get crazy. So Sil was a hero for them at that moment. Next up, Proshai Livushka, Season 3, Episode 2. Meadow helps AJ understand the poem Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. And here, the colors black and white are mentioned explicitly relating to death.
Like over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house we go.
No, it's not a Thanksgiving poem. What's covering the field?
Snow?
And what does snow symbolize? Endless white, endless nothing, death.
I thought black was death.
White too.
Next up, Whoever Did This, Season 4, Episode 9. So in terms of forces of darkness and light, Whoever Did This is a particularly heavy episode. At the end of the episode, when Tony's walking out of the Bing, he sees a picture of Tracy on the wall, and it kind of all comes full circle, because Tracy's death was also one of the darkest things on the show. So here, there's really a big highlighting of the darkness, but then, as we see, also the white. But, according to Meadow, white can also symbolize death. Next up, Whitecaps, Season 4, Episode 13. Look what else is on the bed. Pandas symbolize duality and the yin and yang of life. But it also makes me think of Meadow, these balancing, dueling forces. Now with Meadow, in terms of her two sides, I see her going back and forth throughout the series from this level of cynicism toward Tony and the things he says about Italian Americans being unfairly targeted, and this level of acceptance and defense of her father's world in the name of loyalty. Next up, Season 6, Episode 4, The Fleshy Part of the Thigh.
Prayed for guidance from above.
So here, of course, we see the colors black and white, but what I find most interesting visually about this scene is how we see Jason in the middle, wearing gray. And we know that Jason was kind of left in the dark because his parents never really told him about his father's business arrangements. So here we have Polly and Patsy in their worlds, and then there's Jason kind of stuck in the middle in this gray area, literally and figuratively speaking.
Since Johnny Sack ain't gonna step up, guess what?
Next up, Live Free or Die, Season 6, Episode 6. In Live Free or Die, Vito goes to New Hampshire, and he comes upon a little bed and breakfast called the White Mountain Inn. As we know, in a few episodes from this one, Vito gets killed. But in a sense, this White Mountain Inn can almost be seen as like a sanctuary, some source of light for him. In the words of AJ Soprano, like over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house we go.
Come in.
Finally, made in America. There's such a powerful change from light to dark from the beginning through the end of the series. If we think about Tony stepping into the pool at the beginning, playing around with the ducks, offering to build them a ramp, just very sunny, very bright. And then we get to the finale, and it's darkness, lots of death. Kind of like a complete 180. Though even here, there's still a little bit of light. There's also snow.
And what does snow symbolize?
Christmas?
Death.
Well, then don't leave it out.
Actually, here, Tony and Agent Harris seem very similar. Which brings us to the rocket scientist from Bell Labs, John Schwinn.
The separate entities is simply the way we choose to perceive them.
Just like the colors black and white seem like polar opposites, but they can also symbolize the same thing, Tony and Agent Harris may seem like they're worlds apart, but here, they seem very much like one and the same.
They appear to be two separate things, but they're not. The fact is, nothing is separate. Everything is connected.
Polly and Tony look very similar here, too.
Everything is everything. I'm down with that.
Something else we see related to darkness and light in a few different scenes are the headlights. In Made in America, in a couple different places, both this meeting with Agent Harris and the big sit-down, along with Live Free or Die, which we saw earlier, where Vito's driving to New Hampshire. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this latest video. What are some other examples of black and white illustrated on The Sopranos?